Hello, this is me, Josh Hunter. I'm here on the planet Earth, and I think this is a very good and perhaps this is a great video. I mean, to me it is anyway. I'm gonna have a topic that I'll discuss, and then I'm going to say some things that I think are pertinent, and then somewhere hidden in this video, and you'll have to be using your brain to figure this out. There's going to be a real and definite description of why I deserve to be taken care of for the rest of my life, not in a prison or a hospital, but, you know, having my own room, my own bed, internet, TV, a desk, a laptop computer, as well as, you know, if need be, like, you know, like a sex robot or something. All of it fully paid for, and that can never be revoked, and that is for me. And I cannot tell you this directly, simply because of the nature of reality. But if you you pay attention and you understand, when you figure it out, you'll say, boy, he really does deserve it. That is, he really does deserve to have his own room or his own house or what, fully paid for the rest of his life. And clothes are included in that as well. And all the basic necessities and modern conveniences that make life so wonderful. So, the first thing I'm going to say is the topic, well, not a topic, but something, you know, you'll wonder, like, don't you have any, like, I'm a person who pretty much, I never get bored. It never happens. I never get bored. It's just, I was trained this way. I'm one of the type of, I'm one of the legendary Saiyanin. When I was younger, my mother used to say to me, "You never have a reason to be bored," and I just accepted it. So everything that I do is that is included. I'm just sometimes, you know, you only need to tell me a thing once, and that's it. Like, you don't need to keep on telling me certain things, and you know, these new people, you know. You got to keep on telling them again and again and again, and they just don't. I mean, it's a lot noisier now than it used to be. And I say used to be, like, you know, 10 years ago or whatever. But so, you might say, how do you maintain the state of mind that prevents you from ever being bored? Well, sometimes you get into a state of monotony, and you become ungrateful for what you have. And then you lose everything, and then you realize, oh, man, was all of this worth being entertained? Was all of this worth some yucks? Was all of this needless suffering worth just feeling good for a little bit? You know, there's too much distance between us and our ancestors. There's too much distance between us and the people who came before us. Because I guarantee you, those people would have no problem living in this world. Perhaps not culturally or socially even, but our modern conveniences might seem like heaven to those people. And if some of them had a clear sight, they might have even been inspired by a sight of the future. So, you know, also, you know, I I just... Life as it is here on the earth is very rare. And you might say, how would you know that, Josh? The universe is infinite. There are all these stars and planets. Man, I can't wait until we get all our spaceships and we can explore the whole universe. And it's going to be just like Star Trek. It's going to be just like Star Wars. We're going to have spaceships and we're going to meet all these nice aliens and we're going to be able to shoot laser bolts and there's going to be a lightsaber. It's going to be so neat. Oh man, I can't wait till, oh man, we want to get to Mars because there's so much, it's going to be so great. But you don't know that. There's no possible fucking way that you could know that. You know, like a fish, while it's in the water, it's swimming, it's doing its fish thing. And the moment it gets out of water, it can't breathe. It can't breathe and it dies. How often does a fish get the chance to know that it's in water? It's in water its whole life. It's got no perspective. Alright, so now I'm going to list some of my previous employments. I worked my first, I used to be in a program called Odyssey of the Mind. And it's a program for, it's a problem-solving competition. And so I was in it as a kid, for about 5 years. I competed in various things. We had to put on a skit, a play. We had to build a set. And there were 5 types of problems, and we had to solve these problems. And I was in it for 5 years, and then I don't remember how long. So what? Maybe 14. I was 14 years old. Up until I was about maybe 23, I participated in the, because it's a competition, so there are judges and that type of thing, so I was a judge for a little bit, judging the competition and then training the judges for as a volunteer. I hope this is not impolite. I don't like to bring people into this, they had nothing to do with it, but I hope that that could be, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Anyway, so that was my first, I guess, employment was as, a trainer of judges. Nah, it's not, all right. First of all, I'm not doing it all year long, okay? It was just like a week or a weekend, like 1 week, or 3 weekends a year or something. It was very stressful. It was a year's worth of stress. Okay. My first employment was at Albertsons at a grocery store. I worked there for about 10 months. I used to also and then I got involved in it wasn't a pyramid scheme, but I mean it was okay, all right, sorry. It was called prepaid legal. And it's like you pay monthly to have a lawyer on retainer. Okay. And so you pay a monthly fee, and so if you are a person who gets into trouble with the law, you have a lawyer on retainer. It's just every month you pay it's called prepaid legal. So I did that for a little bit. I worked at Office Depot for 10 months. That was nice. Very. I would put merchandise back on the shelves, and I was a cashier as well. I was a cashier at Albertsons. Oh yeah, what did I do at Albertsons? Oh yeah, I was a cashier at Albertsons. I was also they called us courtesy clerks. And so I would go and, put stuff back on the shelves and, clean up and various things. And one of my unpaid titles was the manager of the courtesy clerks. I don't know why the actual managers couldn't do that, but they had, I guess I wasn't actually managing them, like their tasks. I was managing their tasks. I didn't get any extra money as a result of that. It was just, you know. So yeah, then Office Depot, cashier. The dates don't really matter at this point. Oh yeah. Then seems like there was. Then I got employed. My favorite job ever that I ever had. I worked at Pacific Theaters, which is now ArcLight. I mean, the company Pacific Theaters. There's actually still a Pacific Theaters. I mean, they have other ones, but in Hollywood on Wilcox, they have the Pacific Theaters building, the old Pacific Theaters building, and I particularly enjoyed this job. I got to watch movies for free. I got to, you know, I worked at the concession stand. I sold tickets. In fact, one of my favorite moments of working. Fuck, I've been talking. All right. I've been 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to work at the box office. One of my favorite moments at this. One of my favorite movies of all time is called The Wizard of Speed and Time. I love this movie. It's great. It's about a guy who does special effects, but like, you know, it doesn't use computers or anything. And you know, it's all about how he's just trying to make this short film, and like nobody will, like, it's so much bullshit and red tape just to make this film, and I really enjoyed it. Anyway, one day I was working at the box office, and his name is Mike Jitlov, and I fucking love this movie. And one day, like, I'm at the concessions, and like this guy hands me his credit card or whatever to pay for the thing, and it's like I noticed the name Jitlov, and I'm like, are you by any chance related to Mike Jitlov? He's like, yeah, that's my brother. I'm like, yeah, man, it's great. It's great. It was nice. And then, but one of my other jobs at the theater was to screen the movies before they get released, so that to look for errors, to see if there are, you know, so that, you know, I had to watch the movie before everyone else did, so that you would know that, I mean, so there wouldn't be any, to find if there was any mistakes in the film or whatever. So that was nice. And then I worked at Best Buy. Oh no, I worked at the movie theater for about 6 months, and then I worked at Best Buy, and I did overnights. One time I was working, I was stacking a box of Xbox 360s. It was like towers of Xbox 360s, and then they all fell on me, and that was at Christmas. And then and then after that, what was that? Oh, okay, all right. I don't. No, I can't say that. Anyway, then I was able to have like. Then I took. I stopped working for maybe 2 years or something, and then I. And then I got employed at a title insurance agency. I don't think that I should say the name. Anyway. And so I worked there for 2 years. I don't know what my title was. I think I was just helping out around the office. And then eventually they gave me the title of utility. When there's like, what category, you know, when they put down, you know, on the tax forms or whatever, it's like, what did this person do? Where's he's like, utility? That's what they called me. So that's that. How was that? All right. Anyway, so yeah, that's all my employment experience. I hope that this was extremely interesting to you, and good luck finding the proof of my deserving a lifetime of comfort and peace and warmth. Thank you.